Hello guys, this is Judd Demonstrations. Today I wanted to cover -x effects and -1 counters. I feel like they're going to be relevant in some plays. I know Deadweight was legal and standard not too long ago, and I know sometimes there are going to be interactions with them, so I would like to cover them right now so everyone can be prepared for them. So I'm just going to start with the -1 effects to start it off. So I'm going to give Deadweight as my first example. Whenever I attach it to a creature, it's gonna get -2/-2. This is gonna reduce the creature's power by 2, and it's gonna reduce their toughness by 2. So, for example, if I had a 3/3 creature, Deadweight's gonna reduce it to 1/1. And Toxic Deluge is similar, except it gives -x to all of the creatures. So, that's gonna reduce everything's power by X, and it's gonna reduce everything's toughness by X, depending on what I set for X. So it's pretty simple interaction. One thing I did want to mention about this is that if it reduces a creature's toughness to 0 or less, that creature is going to die. And Indestructible is not gonna save it. Indestructible only prevents dying from damage or from effects that say destroy, like murder and vindicate. It's not gonna prevent dying from having its toughness set to 0 or less. So that's pretty much it for the -x effects, just reducing the power and toughness of any relevant creatures. I also wanted to cover -1 counters. They are pretty much the same as the -x effects, although they do have a few interactions. So, for example, there's a card called the Ozolith, also legal in standard not too long ago. So this is gonna interact with those -1 counters, because it's gonna take them, put it on the Ozolith, and it's gonna put them on a different thing. So of course Ozolith is gonna care about counters that put on things from these two, and it's gonna put them on different things. Another cool interaction, since these two put counters, is Solemnity. It states that artifacts, creatures, enchantments, and lands cannot have counters put on them. So if you try to put the -1 counters on any creature while Solemnity is out, then Solemnity will stop that. So it's a pretty cool way to save your creatures if you care about that kind of stuff. And then the other thing that I wanted to share about the interaction with +1 and -1 counters would be rules 122.3 and 704.8. So, rule 122.3 in part says if a permanent has both a +1 counter and a -1 counter on it, enough counters are taken off of it so that an equal number of counters are taken out of it. So, for example, if I have 3 -1 counters on this guy already, and I wanted to cast a spell that says put 2 +1 counters on it, the game sees the 2 plus counters and the 3 minus counters, and it's gonna take away 2 of the -1 counters, and it's gonna take away 2 of the -1 counters. So all that's left now is a single -1 counter. So the game is pretty cool like that, to balance out the counters like that. This doesn't happen with any other counters, just the +1 and -1 so keep that in mind. The other rule that I wanted to mention was Rule 704.8. That reads, if a state-based action results in a permanent leaving the battlefield at the same time other state-based actions were performed, that permanent's last known information is derived from the game state before any of them were performed. So the example that 704.8 gives is super relevant for this interaction, or for this topic that I'm presenting. So, for example, let's say we have a young wolf out, and it has a +1/+1 counter. It could be from Undying, it could be from some other spell that I've cast. And let's say that I wanted to cast Black Sun's Zenith for 2, putting 2 -1/-1 counters on it. So what happens is this resolves, I put 2 -1/-1 counters on it, and then state-based actions happen. The game sees the +1/+1 and the -1/-1 counters at the same time. So it removes a counter from both of these. And the game also sees Young Wolf dying because it would put Young Wolf's toughness at 0. So Young Wolf would die. At this point, 704.8 comes in and says, hey, we remember that this had a +1/+1 counter, so Undying is not gonna trigger on it. So, sorry to all of those fans that enjoyed Undying. If you get -1/-1 counters put on it, the state-based action will remember that you had a +1/+1 counter, and it's not gonna revive your guy. So I think that's it for all of the interactions. If you have any questions, or if you have any suggestions, please leave them down in the comment section below. If you like this video, feel free to like it and share it with your friends, and feel free to subscribe for more videos like this. Until then, this is Judd Demonstrations signing out.